So I came out to my parents' place to pick up a prize, and Dad left them outside the gate. So because they're not here, let's walk down and see what we get. So here's what I had him pull for me. It's the junky Volkswagen pressure plates off the clutch changes that we've done. And I'm going to take these back and make something kind of cool out of them. Alright, so here we are back with our pressure plates. Anyway, these are the ones, I'll never use these again. And this style here is the one that I actually have used in the past to build what I'm going to build. But I think we can make this one work. We're just going to have to add that little piece there where the throwout bearing would go up against. You can see this one has it, a little circle right there. It's pretty much the same clutch pressure plate over here, but it's just missing that. And then this is one of the Chinese finger trap looking clutches. They're all pretty much the same setup, but these, they have a little bit of heft to them. Backsides all pretty much look the same. This one's a little bit taller too. I really like the design on the top of this one. It's pretty cool. Have to weld something. I don't think those won't move. So we could weld a ring to the top of that one and probably use it. And I like the teeth that are on the inside of this one, but those won't show because we're going to have it up that way. That's a shame. That is super cool. I do kind of like the interest that these indentations add, though. So what do you say we get those kind of de-rusted, if you will, with a wire wheel? At least get this one done, because this is the ones I've used in the past. And I will show you what I build with those. And if you're a Volkswagen person, or a vintage bike person, or somebody with just a sense of humor, I think you get a kick out of it. Alright, so I've got that kind of wire wheeled enough to where I think it'll be okay. What I do with these is I then oil them down with boiled linseed oil and give them a real good cook in the sun. Not that we've had any sun lately, but or heat for that matter. But I'll let them cook for a day or two with some boiled linseed oil outside once I've finished them. Take a bicycle head tube washer, and it really doesn't matter what one you use as long as it will be able to fit here and get welded to that. It doesn't fit usually very well if you turn it upside down. It kind of because it's a tapered washer. See that there? So usually it's kind of sloppy going in. This one actually is not terrible, but I kind of like the finished look of stacking it, turning it upside down, and plus you're welding direct to a flat surface. So we are going to weld that little guy. I said washer, I meant it's threaded. So it's just the head tube nut. Goes on the top of a bike. Get my camera to focus right there. There's one on the bottom on some bikes also, but the old vintage bikes, and they had this knurled, get the camera to focus, this knurled edge on them, typically, so that's what you're looking for. We have a place in Bloomington called the Bloomington Community Bike Project. So I go in and swipe these all the time because this is what I use them for. We're going to weld that to the pressure plate, and then I'll show you what we're going to do. It does require a slight modification. Let me move these oil rags out of the way. That's probably not a good plan. Oil. Yeah. Boiled linseed oil. Modification. That looks pretty even. It's gonna be a little on the warmish side. Yeah, it's pretty good. Just dying to know what it is, aren't you? Hang on, it's coming. I give you what we call the fork in the roll. You're welcome. Toilet paper dispenser for your bathroom. Vintage bicycle part. Vintage Volkswagen part. Every single time I make these, they're the first thing I sell. People are crazy, but they are funny. So we'll oil that up. Everything will get oiled. I'll leave the blue. I think the blue's kind of cool. Once it's oiled, it'll look completely different. And then here, I'm not going to touch that because that's really hot. I've already touched it once. Right there, we'll put a little medallion or some kind of little washer, finish washer, or a piece of copper or something and kind of finish it off. And I may actually, on this one, I don't know if I want to tuck those in or not. It's nice to have them as far out as the brain just went crazy. Skewer. It's nice to have them as far as the skewer will go, because then when you tighten it up, that wants to stay in place when you are pulling on the toilet paper. Fun, huh? I can't take the credit for the name on that one. Aaron came up with it. Fork in the roll. Super simple to make. You need to weld 3 welds. I try to double weld it on each one because I figure people are going to be pulling on it. So, pretty simple and pretty fun idea. People really appreciate it. Anyway, there you go. This does still move. It still turns. So typically what I do after I've kind of got it all done and I'm sure I'm finished with it, I just tack a little tack. There's a slot where it is on this one. I keep wanting to reach up and grab that. I'm going to know real quick when I do. Yep, so right there is a slot. That's usually where I try and kind of drop my weld back there. Then it won't turn. I do it on the, I weld it on the bottom side, but I try and drop it where that little slit is. Then I know I've bonded it to 2 sides. Anyway. That was a fun one to finish the day on. I managed to get quite a bit of that patina, the most overused word on the internet, to come through. You can kind of see it there on the fork. I think it looks pretty good. Of course, the blue down below is always protected in the head tube, so it doesn't ever discolor. I'm going to call that good. It is oiled. You can see how it's just kind of shiny. That'll tone down a little bit. But that's what they look like when they're done. Should put it next to the toilet, see what it looks like. This restroom's a little tight. It would be a little tight spaced because the pressure plate won't allow it to go back against the wall. But Looks pretty good in there. Sorry, the room's a little dark. Yeah. They're fun. Sometimes you've been hanging on to something, waiting for that perfect moment to use it. I found the perfect medallion to go right in the middle. Yeah. Hung on to that one a while. Found the perfect opportunity to use it. Scat.
What's your
zeros? 4 zeros again. 4 zeros again. 4 zeros again.
Okay. Can you make that buzz again? You remember how to do that?
I can.
Show me.
Now, yeah, that. Now we can get it up. Now we can go wind it